Coming up on Mountain News this morning, 2 people were arrested over the weekend after a shooting in Hazard. And parents are asking questions after 3 children were hospitalized from a bad batch of prescribed medicine.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Madison Carmouche. We are coming up on 5:30 this Monday morning, and it was a little chilly outside when I left this morning, but I'm hoping for warmer weather as the day moves on. But I know who can let us know, and that's meteorologist Tim Drawbridge.
Just a little bit warmer. It's 43 out, Madison. I know you want it a lot warmer, but hey, we will warm things up to your liking for this afternoon. The low clouds and fog, we'll deal with that over the next couple of hours. It's not a widespread problem completely, as we've been checking out some of the web cameras, but the reporting stations, in particular Ashland and Williamsburg, where the visibility is checking in less than a mile. Let's look at the temps. Are you sure you want to look? It's down to 42 at Irvin right now. We're within 3 degrees of the record low at the London Corbett Airport, 45, Prestonsburg 46. Close to the record as well in Middlesboro. Satellite red composite, nothing's going on. High pressure, just like a quarterback behind the offensive line. I know, kind of rubbing salt into the wound after Saturday night, but nonetheless, we look to the south. Some of this moisture comes into play later in the week associated with the tropical system off the Texas coast. For today, we burn off the low clouds and fog to a lot of sunshine with a high of 78. That'll put a smile on your face, Madison, and yours as well. More sunshine in store with the ARH First Alert 7-day forecast in this half hour. Back to you, Madison.
Looking forward to the sunshine. Thank you, Tim. In Hazard, 2 people have been arrested after a shooting on Friday. Police say it happened on Hall Road, not too far from Roy G. Eversole Elementary School. Officials executed a search warrant on the vehicle and found multiple firearms, ammunition, illegal drugs, and drug paraphernalia. At last check, no one was hurt, and police have not released the names of the suspects.
I usually walk my dog up that way, but I was kind of afraid to this morning because I didn't know what else was going to go on. But I was walking very little when I got back because, you know, it could be me. It could be, you know, could be you or anybody. If somebody does it to someone, they're going to do it. They don't care who it is.
The woman, who did not want to be identified, says her daughter had just gotten home from work when the shooting happened, saying it was a scary experience. Also in Perry County, 1 man is facing charges after another shooting at approximately 11:30 Saturday morning. Officials with the Perry County Sheriff's Office responded to a home on Happy Circle. After an investigation, officials believe a 20-year-old man fired several shots into a home. He was arrested and charged with 9 counts of attempted murder. No injuries were reported, and deputies have not released the suspect's name. 1 person is dead following a shooting in Lexington. Police say they were called out to the scene of the 300 block of Betsy Lane at approximately 1 in the morning. After arriving, police found Esmeralda Lizette Rodriguez Perez with a gunshot wound. She was later pronounced dead after being taken to a local hospital. Police say there is no suspect at this time. In Winder, Georgia, the 14-year-old accused in Wednesday's deadly school shooting and his father remain in custody after separate court appearances. Colt Gray faces 4 counts of murder, with more charges expected for the shooting at Appalachia High School. His father is charged with 2nd-degree murder and involuntary manslaughter. Investigators believe he bought the AR-style rifle used in the shooting as a gift for his son. The accused shooter faces a maximum penalty of life without parole if convicted. Appalachia High School is more than 400 miles away from Shelby County, Kentucky, but high school students there say this shooting is hitting too close to home. Many were in middle school when 17 died in a school shooting at Parkland, Florida. Many others in high school when 21 died in Uvalde, Texas.
We see the way the world is today, and with everything just going on and people just like hating each other and stuff, that it's not really a surprise to see that there's yet another school shooting.
These people are so filled with like rage or hate or violence that they're driven to that point. And then when it gets to that point, that's when we as students look at our peers and we say, we look at those signs and we say, how can we fix this?
Now they're developing coping skills that start with helping each other. When they graduate, they say they hope to prevent future violence by bringing others closer together. A Morgan County man is behind bars after he reportedly uploaded sexually explicit images of children online. Troopers with KSP's Electronic Crime Branch arrested John Simone on charges related to a child sexual abuse material investigation Thursday. He is currently charged with 20 counts of possession of matter portraying a minor under the age of 12 in a sexual performance. He was taken to the Rowan County Detention Center. A former Eastern Kentucky prosecutor has been sentenced to prison. Former Perry County Commonwealth's attorney Scott Blair was sentenced to 4.5 years for committing honest services wire fraud. Blair pleaded guilty earlier this year. In the plea agreement, it says between April 2020 and March of this year, he intentionally devised a scheme to deprive those in Perry County of his honest service through bribery. A man was lured to a Wayne County home where police say he was held against his will and accused of stealing. James Lyons and Rydell Joe have been arrested on multiple felony charges, including robbery, assault, and unlawful imprisonment. Police say the crime happened last month and the two gave the victim bandages following the assault and let him go. It took about 2 weeks to find Joe. Both men are in the Wayne County Detention Center. One person has been arrested accused of stealing equipment and copper from 2 Logan County, West Virginia businesses. West Virginia State Police say about $157,000 in equipment was taken from Arch Resources, including a welder, a trailer, and an excavator. They also say around $100,000 of copper was stolen from services. Investigators combed through evidence, including video, which led them to the arrest of Jeremy Weekly. 4 people are facing charges after they reportedly stole a church van in Lee County, Virginia. Officials with the Lee County, Virginia Sheriff's Office say the theft occurred from the First Baptist Church on Jonesville. Deputies announced that the van was recovered in Harlan. Parents are pushing to know more after 3 kids were hospitalized late last month over a bad batch of medicine. The kids are out of the hospital and recovering. Their community rallied on the roads with a cruise night to help collect donations for the families. For mom Tabitha Drew, it's a sight she's fortunate to see and one she fears to lose.
Seeing my daughter on the brink of death and having a chaplain come in, I don't want anybody to experience that. I'm afraid to give her the medicine she needs because I don't want this to happen again.
Raven is still recovering after the family's pharmacy gave her a bad batch of clonidine. She was in the hospital for days on oxygen and Narcan. The Kentucky Board of Pharmacy found that MedSafe in Eminence was not in compliance with the FDA standards and ordered to stop all compounding and dispensing of compounded medication like clonidine. The investigation into MedSafe Pharmacy in Eminence is still ongoing. One organization spent its Sunday helping out the Kentucky River Regional Animal Shelter. Several members of the Kentucky Animal Action helped clean up, take animals for walks, and bring donations. Founder and president Michelle Lawson says they also want to spread awareness to people who might not know the ways they can help out.
And we brought 4 carloads of donations, and we just did a live cast about all of those donations, not because we were wanting to show what we brought, but because we were wanting to talk about why those items are important, how quick they go through dog food, why they need puppy pads, why they need towels, you know, these kind of things, and they blow through everything they have.
Lawson says it is important to work together as a group and help these animals as they want to see the animals and the shelter thrive. From phones, tablets, and computers, it may seem impossible to pull your child away from their screens. But pediatricians say it's important to set limits when it comes to screen time. Experts say 2 hours of recreational screen time is a goal parents should aim for. As for tackling schoolwork, doctors say it's good to have a conversation about balancing screen time and homework to keep them from falling behind.
Making it special so that maybe you watch movies together on Friday nights, and that's how you use your screen time. And you maybe go outside and set up a projector screen, or you get popcorn, or you do something just to make it a little bit more special and a little bit more of a family activity.
Dr. Robinson adds it's important to lead by example, meaning parents need to take breaks from their devices if they want their kids to as well. When we return, the Colors of Courage 5K returned last weekend and saw its biggest turnout yet for the 9th annual race.
And you're not going to like the colors on the background of the map this morning, obviously indicating cool temperatures. That's for sure. Will we warm up? We'll let you know. Your ARH First Alert 7-day forecast coming up right after this.